Money in the Bank, July 1st, 3 p.m. main card start time on Saturday. Don't forget, 3 p.m. They're in London, O2 Arena. We will start at the bottom of the card, and we'll start with the Women's Tag Team Championship. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, returning Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez, which is another one. Raquel Rodriguez is another one that could have been an honorable mention in our top 5, by the way. I think she's been having a kick-ass year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she has.
The Mandingo Warriors, Sting and Ultimate Warrior. Ooh, they were also something else. They were no, the Mandingo Warrior was the Ultimate Warrior in Texas. They were the Blade Runners. Sting and Ultimate Warrior were called the Blade Runners. Mandingo Warrior was when the Ultimate Warrior left Sting and went to Texas, and Sting didn't want to go, and he stayed in UWF with Rick Steiner and Eddie Gilbert, and they did there. They kept that going.
We did Ballard against Carmella. That was a good fight.
Yeah. It was
really good.
Yeah.
And we had just a quick say. Now you mentioned Sting. We had Joker Sting on Forbidden Door too.
Yeah. But he's man. So I am happy they keep him in trios and tag team matches. I'll just leave it at that.
Did you see him in the media scrum? He was saying that he didn't want to retire. That he's still going to.
No. I think
and the way he trains.
I think he could go longer as long as they keep him doing this.
Yeah.
Don't do any single matches, man. I don't need to see single match Sting more. No more. Keep the this and if you do a singles match, it needs to be a cinematic match to where it's kind of like just whatever. Because I could see that Joker Sting and the like what they did with Cena and Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Cena through the years. I could see something like that with Sting through the years of all the Stingers. So all right, back to the women's tag team match. Baszler, Rousey, Morgan, Rodriguez. Who do you got?
I'll tell you this. I want Raquel and Liv to win. That's who I want to win. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey take it. I mean, they're going on this hot streak. They just beat the 2 girls that came from NXT and unified the belts. Ronda Rousey beat Raquel last night. So it's hard for me to see that they just dropped those belts right now. So
yeah, and then also I believe that this was the time where Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler would have won the titles from Liv and Raquel because they would have been chasing them for a couple months, and this would have been them probably winning the belts. So I don't think they're going to take them off of them yet. Funnier things have happened because when I look at this card, there's only 3 title matches, and out of those 3 title matches, if you're going to take the title off any of them, it's going to be Rousey and Baszler.
Yeah.
If there's going to be a title change, I believe it's going to be this one. But I also agree with you. I don't know that they take it off of them this soon. So we'll leave it there. Cody Rhodes versus the greatest heel ever, Dominic Mysterio.
I would love for Dominic to win. On a side note, I think WWE better switch something up when it comes to him not talking on the mic. I think they need to grow him a little bit on that, and I think he needs to start talking to the people and telling them to shut up. And then I actually told my brother the other day, and I'm going on a side piece here, but I remember the Kurt Angle they used to chant him "You suck," and then he came out. And then he said, "You guys, what the hell's going on?" and stuff like that. And then he would go and he said, "You people are stupid. Don't you get it? You can't stop calling me. I'm an Olympic gold medalist and all that stuff." I really honestly feel that they could kind of copy that a little bit and do that with Dominic Mysterio to make him better. But whatever, that's just on the side note. Cody Rhodes wins.
This is where I think they can extend this a little bit.
Nah.
I think Mommy can steal a victory here for Dominic Mysterio. And then they could keep this rolling for a little bit. Again, Dominic doesn't, no way in hell. Cody could be beating him. And then all of a sudden, Dominic does a little roll up. Mommy hooks a leg or something like that. I could see a small hiccup here. And I could see.
I mean, he struggled with Kazawa.
No. Again, that's the type of victory, though, I was telling you that he was going to be getting. Like, he's not going to be beating anybody. They're going to be beating him, and then Rhea Ripley gets involved, and then he small cradle 1, 2, 3, and then Cody's sitting there like, what the hell just happened?
But let me ask you something. What's after Money in the Bank? What's the next live event for WWE? Is it SummerSlam?
7, 8 should be August. Would be SummerSlam. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think they would go that angle, because I think SummerSlam you're gonna bring back Brock Lesnar and that Cody Rhodes feud again. That's what I think it's gonna eventually happen.
Oh, then why not do this? Brock Lesnar, you beat him up every other damn month. Brock Lesnar in there to set up for SummerSlam,
now you
destroy him, and then Dominic struggles, puts an arm over him, 1, 2, 3, and then he wins that way. Because Cody doesn't need to win here. Cody's expected to win here. I think you need to have something for Dom. If you want to keep this silly, heelish crap going on, this adds to that. Especially if, Cody's killing him, hitting him with the Cody cutter, the crossroads, and then Brock Lesnar comes out and, Rhea Ripley does something with the ref or something, and they're in collusion somehow. I think that's what happens.
I just think that it's Cody's too big right now for Dominic to do that.
But I also think he's so big that the loss doesn't hurt him as long as it's
true.
Something
it won't hurt him.
I mean, something dumb, and not Dominic can't come out there and hit him with a 619 in the frog splash and pin him.
And
he does that unless he rips off and he's got this metal plate and everything else or something.
Or Tony Khan goes to WWE and writes that storyline.
There we go. Tony Khan writes them off. All right, we got I'm going to go through the matches and then we'll go to the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Matt Riddle. I don't think there's any doubt here. I believe Gunther wins this one.
I mean, this guy has a messed up ankle and everything. There's no way he beats him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be another great match. I just think it's Gunther's title until.
Let me ask you this: Why in the world? Why did they have to add the ankle situation? That's so stupid. I think it was unnecessary, man.
It's the thing with WWE, man. The babyfaces look at Balor and Rollins. Rollins got the injured midsection. Every time a babyface, they've always got an injury. Some they got to fight through. The babyface has to fight through it, man. That goes all the way back to Hulkamania, baby. King Kong Bandit crushed them ribs, went into the steel cage, ripping them up, shredding, eating the vitamins, saying the prayers, brother.
What we're gonna do is next time we have a debate and we're going at it. After that debate, I'm gonna pull an injury. I'm like, oh my god, my ribs.
That's it. And then I'll have to back off for a minute. Then I'll throw you through 16 tables. All right. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa versus the Usos. This is the Bloodline Civil War. I don't know what you get if you win. It's a civil war. Maybe on SmackDown right before they'll kind of tell us. I mean, what if the Usos win? Roman has to come under. I mean, I don't know. It's a civil war, but it's really just a match, right?
It is. It's just a simple match, and Roman already lost once with Solo. I don't see Roman and Solo losing again. I say they beat the Usos, man. I say that the Usos have been having the upper edge the last couple of shows, so I don't see how Roman allows them to get another upper edge, especially on Money in the Bank. I say Roman Reigns and Solo take that win.
Yeah, I think something's got to happen here, one way or the other. I think we see a new part of the Samoan dynasty or something, or Paul Heyman, or so. I just think that there's more to this match than just being Solo and Roman beating the Usos. Like, it's just, you've got to add some type of intrigue, unless this is slowly going to be it. You've got to add that little bit of intrigue to be like, okay, didn't see that coming.
What can they do?
Let me tune in on SmackDown and see what happens next.
I wonder what they could do.
Well, that's also what I go through, because I'm like, I don't know what maybe on SmackDown we'll get a little inkling of something. Rikishi shows up, or I don't know. I'm just throwing out names here, by the way. I'm not saying no insight, no nothing.
Well, after a minute,
to me, there's got to be something more than just, hey, you guys are going to fight. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to lose.
That Rikishi angle, at first, when you mentioned it, I was so with it. I said, yo, it was awesome. But now I think it's too late. I think they missed that mark. So they have to switch it up some way, somehow, with something different.
Yeah. Unless somehow Rikishi talks Solo into turning on
Roman?
Roman, yeah.
But then you're leaving Roman high and dry, man. It's like us
Well,
leaving.
remember, Cody said you're going to be a Roman with no reigns, or you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to have nobody soon.
True.
And so everything's starting to come to fruition from what the guy has said there. So we'll see what happens, man. I just don't feel like, to me, if this ends with just Roman beating one of the Usos and that's it, kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
To me, that would be to me, that would be able to look at it and go, okay, this is slowly getting to be over. Now, could they do something on SmackDown to change their mind? Yeah, of course, you could add something there, but it just seems,
or like if they have like Zammy or somebody get involved in the fight, I think that's lame. I think they really got to
be somebody new. It's got to be somebody new you're adding, because the Sammy part ended, I believe, when Jay walked by him at SmackDown and they just kind of looked at each other, and then Sammy went his way and Jay went to the ring. And then that's when he kicked Roman on SmackDown. And I think that pushed, to me, ended Sammy's portion of that with the bloodline.
Yep.
World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Seth Rollins has been getting foot stomped by the feet of Finn Balor's for about 2 weeks now. The ribs are hurting, but somehow he's able to fight through the pain and beat Braun Breaker on NXT Gold Rush. Can he do the same in the O2 Arena to Finn Balor?
And he looked really good on First Take today too. I want Finn Balor to win, man. And you know what? At first I didn't want Finn Balor to win, but they did a phenomenal job with that promo last night of Finn Balor, bro. They got me, dude. When they showed that and they reminded me of what happened, I was like, yo, I actually want Finn Balor to win. I don't think he's gonna win, but I want Finn Balor to win. I'm going for Finn Balor, but I say Seth, it's still too new for him.
The funniest part about it is I think the Judgment Day hurts Finn Balor, because everybody loves the Judgment Day and the way everything's going with that group is that. And then if you throw the title in there, then you start. I think it takes away. They don't need the title as a group. So I think that fact there is I think Seth keeps it, just because, one, like you said, it's new, but also I don't think nobody in the Judgment Day needs gold.
I would do this. Rhea Ripley has gold. Dom makes his way to NXT and gets the NXT title. And Finn Balor beats Seth Rollins and gets the title. You got all three of them, baby. All three of them.
I don't know. A clown show.
I don't know about Damian Priest. We gotta. Then you know what?
Dom wins the NXT title. It's a freaking clown show.
What? That's the only belt typically he could kind of win now. Like, I would give it to him. Why not? Oh, hell yeah, I would give him the NXT belt. Hell yeah, in a heartbeat. And Damian Priest goes the next pay-per-view SummerSlam and beats Gunther and takes that Intercontinental belt. You got the gold. Judgment Day gold, baby. Judgment Day gold. Money right there for all you guys.
I don't even think Damian Priest is in Judgment Day come August.
It's a tough fight against Cody last night.
So I think we both go for Seth in that one. All right, we'll start with the women's, because for some reason there's 6 women in the ladder match, but 7 men. Not sure why, but there's only 6 women. So it is Becky Lynch, Zelina Vega, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, Trish Stratus. That is your women's in the bank ladder match. You've got the 2 faces, Becky and Zelina, against Zoe and Trish, the Trish Stratus Satisfaction Club, and then also Damage Control with Bayley and Io Sky. So we're gonna go, and maybe some of the choices are the same. Who you think is gonna win it, and your underdog to win it.
Okay.
Meaning because of the storylines and when you put everything together, they might be the same, but
All right. So first and foremost,
maybe better off who you want to win it and who you think's going to win it. And maybe if they're the same person, then that's fine. But
okay. So Yesterday kind of ruined it for me. I'm not gonna lie. I had her on my list. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Becky Lynch, bro. And I just think because yesterday they had Becky Lynch walk right past Rhea Ripley, I think at first I was 100% sure that she was not gonna win this. I was like, nah, man, she's not gonna win it. She's still great. She doesn't need the belt. She doesn't need Money in the Bank. Yes, she hasn't won the briefcase before, but it doesn't matter. But because of that promo, I honestly feel she's gonna win it. Now, who's my underdog? Who I wanted to win? To be honest with you, there's two of them. I really want Io Sky to win it, or I want Zelina to win it. I actually like what Zelina did yesterday as well, and I think she's done a really good job, especially with the whole backlash. And I like that she's talking in Spanish, baby. Yes, talk in Spanish. Let the people know that she is from Puerto Rico. Sell that character. Sell that.
Sell it.
Sell it, baby. You're Puerto Rican.
Sell it.
You're gonna sell it all the way. You can make it big. Yes, you said it right. Yes. You sell it that way. And
that's right. Don't say nothing about LWO though, because he's gonna be a loser.
Yeah, don't say anything about LWO.
Yeah, LWO, I mean, no. Let the guys handle that.
Yeah, I know she mentioned Escobar. That's nice.
Mention them by name. Don't call them the LWO.
Yeah,
those guys over there, Escobar and all them. Yeah, just don't use the LWO name.
But those are the two. My underdogs are going to be Io and Zelina, and then obviously I think the one who's going to win is Becky Lynch.
All right. Well, here's the one I think is going to win it, and the one I want to win it, I believe, is going to be the same person. I believe Io Sky wins the women's Money in the Bank, and here's why. I believe the whole thing that happened last night was to set up for that little pay-per-view in August, SummerSlam, which Becky would not need the Money in the Bank contract for.
Good point.
So I believe you may end up seeing Mommy come out and cost Becky Lynch the title, the Money in the Bank briefcase, to set up for them to fight at SummerSlam.
Good point.
Yep. And I think Io Sky would be the one to win it to me. Now, knowing WWE, we're going to see Trish Stratus go up the ladder and win it. Or Zoe Stark win it and hand it to Trish Stratus, kind of like Luchasaurus and...
Oh, we didn't talk about that. We could talk about that next week.
All right. So I'm hoping, to me, I think Io Sky deserves. I think she showed what she can do, you know, and I think that might have won her the briefcase, honestly. I think that might have put her in the line for that briefcase. And then I think it's going to be her and Bayley, and Bayley's going to be like, all right, we're going to win it. And then she's going to, or Bayley might try to hit her first, and then she knocks Bayley off. And then also that'll start the, you know, the friction between the group just falling apart also. Good. So, men's Money in the Bank. Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, L.A. Knight, LWO, Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest, Logan Paul. I mentioned a couple low names because I don't believe they're just there as fillers to catch people as they fall off the ladder.
Yep.
For you, Mr. AEW, who is the men's Money in the Bank winner on Saturday?
Well, look, you just reminded me of something, and you just told me, which your story nails it. I honestly feel Becky Lynch doesn't need it anymore. So I'm looking at, out of those guys, who doesn't need it? I don't think Logan Paul needs it. I think Logan Paul is going to be eventually fighting wherever he is. I honestly don't think that Eli Drake needs it. He doesn't need it. LA Knight. He doesn't need it. I honestly feel that he's growing on his own. I think he's doing really well on SmackDown. I don't think he needs it. Santos Escobar and Butch, whatever. Ricochet, maybe here or there. These are the two that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Damian Priest and I'm thinking about Shinsuke. And I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that Damian Priest wins the Money in the Bank. My underdog, out of all those guys, would be probably LA Knight if they feel like they need to give it to him. So I would probably say LA Knight. So I say that the winner is going to be Damian Priest. And if I had to put like an underdog, it would probably be LA Knight who wins it. Like crazy wild card would be Santos Escobar or Butch. But yeah, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think Logan Paul and Ricochet do some crazy thing and just take each other out of the match. On this, I believe that they're, for me, it was down to two guys, LA Knight and Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul, they can just throw anywhere. He doesn't need it. You're right about LA Knight not needing it, but I think it adds to that character a little bit. LA Knight, when he can just come in whenever he wants, pick his time, pick his place, and strike. Now, here's the one thing that I heard, and again,
oh, you're cheating.
Half of what you see and nothing of what you hear. The men's cash-in is winning the title. The women's cash-in will not win the belt.
And you know, right now it's 100% that the women have cashed on the Money in the Bank and won the championship belt. That's 100%.
Mm-hmm. The story is that the winner of the women's Money in the Bank will cash in and lose.
Wow.
And the men's will cash in and win, which to me takes away some of that underdog to me, because I don't see them giving Ricochet a title.
See, you're cheating. You're listening to these.
He gets a title. So I believe LA Knight.
It makes sense, yeah.
LA Knight to me will win it, because I just think Logan Paul doesn't need a title, man. Here's our heavyweight champion, Logan Paul. What does that do for anybody?
Now, question for you is, if he's supposed to win the belt, which belt does he win? Does he beat Roman? Does he beat
it's
Seth?
It's Seth.
Wait, does he beat Gunther? Does he beat Carmelo if he still has the NXT belt?
See, I think if you're LA Knight, you're going for a heavyweight title. Now, Carmelo could be an interesting one if you want to do the NXT thing. If they do those three shows to be, their own brands, LA Knight could go down there. Carmelo Hayes we saw on Raw. So they might be, maybe that's the chance to switch it. Whoop. You never know there, but it's not going to be Roman. I don't think whoever wins it cashes in on Roman. But again, you could cash it on Seth, or I don't know that you can do all that work and then cash it in for an Intercontinental title.
Well, remember they've done it a couple times when they've gone after like outside of the main heavyweight belt, right? I think they've done it before. I think the last Money in the Bank. No, the last Money in the Bank was Austin
Otis.
Theory.
Yeah, Austin Theory. Yeah, I'm sorry. Otis was one, but he lost it to somebody in a match. That was when
wait, it was Austin Theory. Austin Theory was trying to cash it on Seth Rollins when they had the USA belt.
Yeah, he was trying to cash it on everybody. He kept getting beat up.
Yeah.
As soon as he went to cash in, he'd get hit or something. And yeah, because he was going to cash it in on like every belt for a while, and it was there. So yeah, and then the one thing is that I think that because to me, with everything that he's done, I think LA Knight, I think he's earned the respect of some of the guys higher up. Not necessarily Vince, but like Triple H and everything else. When you watch him, I think this might be the time where they're like, look, cash it in, hold it for a little bit, and then lose it right away. I don't think he holds it long. I think he's going to be a transitional champion, meaning he'll cash it in, beat Seth, and then they'll put it over to where Seth doesn't lose to any. Seth loses, but it's because he's already been beat up. And then, the Money in the Bank is not really a loss to a title. It just means,
But what about Shinsuke? Shinsuke's a wild card, man.
He's a wild card. And that's why I said, like, if they want to go for a veteran guy,
yeah,
Shinsuke's that guy.
When I
read that they're going to win the title, I don't know if they're going to put the title on Shinsuke. I could see them doing it for LA Knight right now and then dropping it to somebody else and then
what?
In that picture.
LA Knight could go after Austin Theory's USA belt and beat him and get that belt.
Good.
That makes sense. I don't know how you could get the belt from Seth or from Roman right now.
Roman's no touch. You're not touching that. But Seth, again, you're watching him get his ass whooped every week. Even at this match, Finn Balor's already torn up his midsection. You do all that. LA Knight's only got that quick finisher. He runs in real quick, cashes in real quick finisher. 1, 2, 3. Seth's been getting beat up all night. You don't have to cash in at the beginning. You don't have to do that whole thing where I'm cashing it in and I want a match during SummerSlam. No, you can cash in at the end.
Kind of like The Miz, right? I think The Miz did
even
that.
Seth Rollins cashed in during the match and pinned Roman when it was Roman and Brock at WrestleMania. So
didn't The Miz do that too? Where I think he got it from Bobby Lashley.
I think he got the one time he got it from.
I think he got it from Lashley, and then Lashley
was after the match. It was after the match that he got it. I know Ziggler got it after the match from Alberto Del Rio.
I love Captain Life, Eli Drake. I love it.
So no, I mean maybe, but man, dude. To me, if you win that briefcase, you cash it in for the gold.
The thing is that those two guys are too big, right? See, I get Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns we don't want to talk about, but Seth, he just won that belt. How can I know he wins it and then he loses it and then he wins it again? I think it's too early. It's too early for that. I think you got to keep running with him being the champion. That's why I honestly feel he should go after Austin Theory, and that will help Austin Theory even a lot. And Eli Drake, aka LA Knight. And LA Knight can make a big star being the USA champion, and it becomes a feud between him and Austin Theory. That's a good feud, man. I like it. But you're right. He could go after Seth and then lose it. But I just don't.
And Capital Life said it right here. LA Knight is 40 years old. Clock is ticking for him. That's the only reason I'm thinking. Like if now is your chance, and again, you do it in kind of a slime ball way, which LA Knight. That's the thing where I was telling you. Whereas, tell me if LA Knight's a face or a heel. That's what I'm saying about CM Punk. Let the fans dictate. He'll go out there and he does his spiel, whatever, and then the fans yay, boom or yay, cheer him. So it's one of those things where, man, I think with the age, like I think if he's like, whatever, Ricochet or somebody like that, yeah, then you cash in on the US title. Maybe Ricochet. I mean, at that point. If you're going to do a U.S. title cash in, I almost believe Ricochet or somebody like that.
I just don't want LA Knight to win it and then immediately lose it. I would like for him to hold
lose it, but probably the next big pay-per-view, he would. That's why I think he would cash in at a big pay-per-view.
Yeah, like a SummerSlam or something.
He'll have it for 2 months and then lose it at Survivor Series or something.
See, I wouldn't want that. I would want him to hold it a little bit longer than that, but,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It just depends on how you have him lose it. Like if you set up a triple threat match and he's not the one pinned, so technically he never. Again, that's one of those things where, he's not. He didn't get pinned, but he loses the title. I can live with something like that. I don't want him to get not cheat to win title, but cash in the money in the bank briefcase, and then lose it by getting pinned. Legit, I agree with you there. I think you lose something from the thing if you just go out there and you cash in and then a month later you lose it straight out. You never should have been champion.
Yeah. That's right.